I made a video talking about how I despise Nirvana. I think that they're trash, absolute trash. And this person says thoughts on the rest of Seattle grunge, the Seattle grunge movement, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, etc. So let me be first give you sort of a broad view. I listen to damn near everything. I listen to rock and rap and country and blues and jazz and ska and all kinds of stuff. There are things that I listen to a lot less of. Country, for example, very, very, very little country. And there are things that I listen to the most. Classic rock, 80s hair metal, heavy metal. The grunge movement is sort of where I fell off the music scene. There are bands from the grunge movement that I like. Alice in Chains, I think rocks. Soundgarden, I think rocks. Stone Temple Pilots, Pearl Jam, various acts like this that I think that are Radiohead, that are okay, that are good, that are decent, that I like, but I don't listen to grunge nearly as much as I listen to, for example, heavy metal, 80s hair metal, or classic rock. I've talked about this before, and it's more than just a musical taste thing for me, it's also sort of a cultural thing for me. I was born in 72, I turned 10 in 82. My formidable years were at the height of MTV, hair metal bands, still listening to the classic rock bands and seeing this onset of heavy metal, along with some really phenomenal pop music of its time. And as somebody who came of age in the 80s, who went to high school in the 80s, who was a teenager in the 80s, the 80s were all about having fun. Our music was about having fun. Don't need nothing but a good time. You know what I mean? It was all about partying and having fun. And then it's like the entire mood of the country flipped as we went into the 90s. And along came this video for Smells Like Teen Spirit. And all of a sudden, everything was dark, dingy, angry, mad, pissed off at the world. Nobody was having fun anymore. We left high school with this fun party atmosphere and the music that surrounded it, and we entered into our early 20s with the next generation or the next group of people coming up behind us, just being pissed at everything. And everything had to be a protest song, and everything had to have a meaning to it, and nobody could just have a good time and party. And it really, in my opinion, soured the atmosphere of the country. Like I said, there was some good music in there. Just not as much as, in my opinion, came out of the class. Like, when it comes to rock and roll specifically, I listen to what we consider to be the oldies, which would be your 50s and 60s music. I listen to the classic rock of the 70s. I listen to the hair band metals of the 80s. I listen to the heavy metal, not as much as people like Hawk or some other folks listen to the metal, but I listen to Metallica and Anthrax and things of that nature. Music is extraordinarily important, I think, in a person's life. And I talk frequently about every person that ever introduced me to a new genre of music and what that genre of music meant to me and so forth and so on. And when grunge took over, I thought that was the death of good rock and roll. And so I listened to a little bit of it, but then I stopped listening to new music on the radio after this. Like, I don't want to hear any of this shit. And I've listened to some of the stuff that has come out since, and I like what's going on now. I see a lot of 20-something bands that are circling back to the 70s. Bell bottoms and guitars with fucking chords, and they're cranking old school, classic rock jams that are equivalent to, or a la like Zeppelin and Skynyrd and things like that. I like the scene that I see going on now. But now, I just kind of sealed myself off from some of that new music as the grunge scene took further and further and further hold because I was like, you guys are just too pissed at the world for me.